I'm going to do a ship with me video. Hi friends, it's Troy, your hourly flipper. Hope things are going awesome for you, crazy great. And I've got a different video for you now. I often talk on my other videos about the sourcing and telling you about what I purchased and what I expect to bring from it. I'm going to flip it, and this time I've got 6 items that have sold, and I'm going to do a ship with me video. What that's going to offer you is to see the process that I'm pretty efficient at as far as getting that from my shelf to out the door. And it'll be in part A, I'll talk about the packing, and then part B, the put the labels on and what I do for that. So I'm ready, I think, to just jump right into it. Make sure down at the bottom as you watch this, if you have any questions or anything, put them in the comments. I will reply to everything and make sure that you know my process, because my focus is not to squeeze every possible dollar out of each sale or, to get it the cheapest rate possible. My goal is to value my time and make it as quick and easy for me as possible. Let's jump right into it, okay? I made a sale of a Xbox 360 Kinect. It is a item that I just put into a $5 bag at a sale, and so I would guess maybe paid 75 cents for that and sold it for $8.99. But then the shipping on that is this is probably going to be about $5 to $6, and I've got $8 shipping on it as well, so I've got a little bit built into the shipping as well. Something like this that's in an odd shape. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a piece of paper as if selected for this option. I'm really just going to wrap it in paper. The paper isn't that much for protection, but what I find is that it is also for the perception when they receive it. If I did just take one of these and shove it into a poly bag, and they receive it and then pull out just a thing from a poly bag, they may not be as excited, but that little layer of care given to it results in a little better feedback, I believe. So that's what took care of this. If it were smaller, I would have folded it over to make it a little cheaper for shipping, but I think we're good to go with that. The second item is actually the biggest sold item. It's a book on architecture, Stafford White Architect. I got this book at my local Goodwill, $1.59, and it went for $18.99 plus shipping. And so this gets a little more attention in its shipping than what that other thing did. I've got another piece of paper because I want them to have the perception that this is something awesome. Put that in. I leave the price tag on that says $40 so that they know they got a good deal. Take this paper, wrap it up, and then that poly bag that I mentioned before that was good for that item. How's that for difficult? This book is bigger than one poly bag. No problem at all. I cut off one side of it, the left side of this one. Put it there. It is ready to go. And I have taken another poly bag and put it on the right side. So I have doubled my shipping materials cost. However, it's kind of built into the, what's that called? The shipping cost that I created. And that is pretty dang easy, right? I usually buy things with how easy it's going to ship in mind. Books, that's why I love these so much. You're going to see how little time it is to get a book out the door. That Kinect, even though it was a unusual size. I hope you agree with me that that was not that difficult at all. With these poly bags, it's got the built-in tape around it. But oh my gosh, look at what I've got now. I have a seam that's awkward there. Super easy. Here's some tape. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. If you know that, I hope you chuckled just then. If you don't know that, Google pitch meetings. And that is another YouTube channel that I'm kind of addicted to. Watch this. That is done. Spin it around, and that is done. And my $22 book is ready to be moved over to get shipping or get postage on that. This was such a fun book to buy and look through. It's like a Where's Waldo, except we're Spider-Man. I spent a little too much time trying to find him on each of the pages. At our local Goodwill, this was $1.57. Sold it for $8.99. That poly bag, look at this, how easy it is. Let me tell you about the poly bags. I get them from, wait for it, Amazon. No special shipment because like 6 is about a good number of items that I sell per day. If I had to buy hundreds of all these different sizes and store them, they themselves would get in the way. But I find that a subscription from Amazon gets them down to about 68 cents per envelope, or per padded padded polymailer, easy for me to say. And they save so much time. All right. Here is a book that was also one of those $5 bags that you just put something in. So I maybe have 20 cents into this, and it's sold for $9.99. It is, there is a private game reserve in Africa, Kapama, and it's a picture book of that. I've got another size envelope that is padded that I buy from Amazon, but I find that these are smaller, and so I can buy, I think I buy these 50 at a time in a small box that goes under this table, and smaller books go in here like that, but also DVDs and VHS tapes go in, and I have packed that super easy. This one was something fun. It was from the local Goodwill. It was $1.99, and it's a Rodan from the Godzilla movies. The Legend, is it Legend or Legendary movies? And I bought it because I thought it looked pretty cool. And turns out that it is something. I paid $1.99 for it, and it's $9.99 paid. Guess what I'm going to put it in? It's here, but where this has like some sharp points that maybe could come through here, I'm going to put, even though this wasn't a large item, large priced item, I'm putting paper around it to make it easier, less likely to, rip, through the poly mailer. And where it is smaller, I'm going to flip it over to make it a little bit smaller. And done. Awesome. Went to the Goodwill bins and paid for this by weight. Let's see if I can easily open it. It is a genuine Dyson utensil there. Okay, and I checked, this is an empty space from the box by purpose. And so it's sold, since it's sold by weight, for 40-some cents a pound, and it's maybe half a pound, so it was like a quarter or so. And this sold for $8.99 plus shipping. Where this has got a great and pretty awesome box itself, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use different tape. with this different tape that I got free from other estate sales. I'm going to take it and just put it around 3 sides of the box. Finish the tape off to make sure that it's secure. And I have an amazingly secure item that is ready to mail. These things that are on the top that mean something to Dyson people, that is where my mailing label is going to go, and it's good to go. So no real shipping supplies used for that one. A+. Now I'm going to move the camera over. You're going to see my computer, and I'm going to talk. I spoke for 10 seconds too long, and you're going to see me go through the shipping process, just to let you know, okay? All right, I've set up over by the computer now. Let me turn that light on. All right, I've set up in front of the computer, and what I've done is to save you time from watching me bumble around, I have already went through and got the dimensions of the items and the weights. Let me show you how I do that. I have a diet scale, and so it's something that goes up to 10 pounds. I'm a big eater, and I use that for my weighing. And also, I have a simple yardstick. This helps taking pictures sometimes, but when I pull up the things that I've got in the envelopes, it easily tells me how long it is, and I usually, round up on all of those things. And I have all of those measurements here. I've put them in, and I'm going to be buying here $36 of postage, and that's just pass-through. It's from, the sellers paying for it and me having it here, or me going through eBay. I click on Review Purchase. Excellent. And I am going to click Confirm and Pay. All right. Here's one little thing as this goes and does its thing. The paper that I used, I got those from estate sales as well. Usually that's the paper that the sales use to package glassware, all those kinds of things. Well, I, every quarter or so, ask if they have anything in any of the paper, and then offer to buy them for $5 or $7, little to nothing. And where they deal in such volume, I get good deals on that paper, and I use it a real lot. It doesn't replace the need for bubble wrap, but it offers a lot of benefits pretty cheaply. All right, look at this. I can go in and print my labels. Let me save you time. I'll talk to you about it and then turn off the camera and then come back to it. But at a store that was going out of business, I paid like $50 for a label printer. They didn't need it anymore where they were going out of business. And it has saved me so much time over the past year. I used to print it out on a piece of paper, which cost money, and then cut it to a certain size, which costs time. And when it was 1 or 2 items a day, that was okay. But 5, that really increases the time. So it was one of the best things that I have actually purchased, okay? I'll show you the labels that are printed, and I'll affix them to the packages live on the camera. Okay, so here we go. And I'm back. Look at that. 6 printed out, super easy, in the order that we have been seeing them already. So I've got the first one, which is for the Kinect. There is the Kinect. Here's a fun and interesting thing. Usually mail goes through the system from left to right. So I make sure that the fold goes back that way. And then, zoop, that is ready to go. The second one is the big architecture book. And knowing again that it goes that way, I'm going to put the book that I've cut so that the seam does not go on the bottom part. And that one is done. The next is that Spider-Man book. I'm going to miss you. But same thing in regards to the tab. Make sure it's going to slide through the machinery that way. The next is that lovely little small book. Here's about the Safari. It also fits that label perfectly. So I love that. The second to last thing is Rodan. And look how easy that goes on there. And we have that last label, which is, this placement is so important. Goes right there. And ta-da! Look how efficient that was. Last thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it off camera, but on my phone, I've got the USPS app, and I'm going to schedule a pickup from our front porch tomorrow morning. That takes about 3 clicks because my address is saved, all that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to put this out in the morning, and they will come to my front door and pick that up for me. Love that. You've seen this practically in real time. Waiting, you only did not see how long it took me to go from my table there to my desk here, and then from here print those labels out. Oh, I learned this from Mrs. Frugal Trash to Cash, that this is also packing paper now. I don't throw those away anymore. It just saves some space in future things, so don't be surprised if you see me use this. I want to thank you so much for watching and sticking through to the very end. Anything along the way, enter questions down as a comment, and I'll respond to those either directly in the comments or in future videos. If you've seen this and you've not subscribed before, please subscribe. That's the best way to help the channel out for us to grow into the future. And it just helps to know that what we're doing matters. If you've learned anything, like and subscribe, and let's move forward. Have a crazy good day.